list is out, the seal is broken, and the high society nightmare that everyone whispered about in the shadows has finally stepped into the blinding light of the digital age. Joe Rogan didn't just drop a podcast, he dropped a nuclear bomb on the elite by releasing a full list of male celebrities who allegedly slept with Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein. And while the powers that be are scrambling to tell you there's nothing to see here, the internet is already deconstructing. The names of the fallen. It's the ultimate betrayal of the public trust. A nothing to see here memo from the Department of Justice in July 2025 claiming the Epstein case is closed, no client list exists, and no blackmail was ever found. But how can the case be closed when Rogan is doing exactly what the federal government says is impossible? We are living in a massive, terrifying gap between two realities: the official story where the monsters are all gone, and the digital reality where the receipts are being printed in real time. This isn't some slow burn investigation for the history books. This is a public execution of reputations happening right now, with no referee and no one willing to explain why the government's story is coming apart at the seams. If the Epstein matter is truly resolved, why was the number 2 official at the DOJ, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, spending 2 full days inside a federal prison whispering with a convicted perjurer and sex trafficker like Ghislaine Maxwell in July 2025? You don't send the heavy hitters to Tallahassee for a casual chat with a woman serving 20 years for recruiting underage girls unless she has something that can still burn the house down. It's a documented fact, not a conspiracy theory, and it makes the case closed narrative look like a desperate, flimsy lie. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, the tension is vibrating. A discharge petition to force the release of the full Epstein files was just 2 signatures away from prying the truth open in September 2025. Why is the government fighting so hard to keep the lid on a pot that is already boiling over? The pattern is sickeningly familiar. A history of warnings ignored and truths buried under the rug of bureaucracy. Look at Maria Farmer, an artist who walked into the FBI in 1996 with a direct complaint about Epstein stealing nude photos of her young sisters, only to have the agent hang up on her mid-sentence. That complaint sat in the dark for 23 years, labeled illegal content and ignored, while the monster it described grew more powerful. It took the Epstein Files Transparency Act in December 2025 to finally force that 1996 warning into the light, proving the system didn't just fail, it chose to look away. And now, that same system, the one that sat on evidence for 30 years, is asking us to trust their memo that says no client list exists. The credibility gap is a canyon. Even when the DOJ finally released 3 million pages of files in late 2025, they handed us 550 pages of pure, solid black ink total redactions, including 119 pages of grand jury material from New York. It's damage control disguised as transparency. They give us the mountain of paper to bury the specific truths they still don't want us to find. The timing is too perfect, too staged. First the memo saying the investigation is over, then the document showing they knew the truth decades ago. It feels less like justice and more like a tactical retreat. Enter the Rogan leak. While the DOJ plays word games, the celebrities named on that alleged list are panicking. Some are reportedly scrubbing their lives, hiring high-priced lawyers, or even fleeing the country. People don't run from a rumor, they run from a mirror that reflects something they can't handle. Whether it's a discharge petition stalling or a 2-day prison interview with Maxwell, every action the government takes screams that the story isn't finished. We are being forced to choose between a memo and the reality of 3 million pages of evidence, and the uncertainty is exactly what keeps this fire burning. The story cannot be over because the behavior of everyone involved suggests the real reckoning is only just beginning. The depth of this rabbit hole goes so much deeper than just legal documents. It's written in the panicked faces of the icons we once trusted. And the moment the pressure started closing in on Diddy, the masks began to slip in the most public way possible. Look at the coordinated damage control. His former protege, Usher, who literally lived with Diddy as a teenager, suddenly launched a media blitz talking about legacy and how certain great people are being prosecuted instead of recognized for what they offer. It's a chillingly direct quote that sounds less like a tribute and more like a scripted defense, especially when Diddy, sitting inside a federal detention center, made sure to have a spokesperson thank him for the support. While Usher tries to pivot the conversation toward cultural greatness, Justin Bieber's team took a path that was deafeningly different, wading through months of agonizing speculation before releasing a surgical ideological, cold statement that he was not one of Diddy's victims. No praise for the mogul, no talk of legacy, just a hard boundary drawn in the sand. The lawyers clearly saw the toxic storm coming, and they didn't want Bieber anywhere near the blast zone, even as old, disturbing clips began to resurface and haunt the internet. When you go back and watch those old videos now, the jokes feel like cold-blooded warnings delivered with a smile for the cameras. On Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2011, Diddy sat next to a 16-year-old Bieber and told the world that the kid knows better than to talk about what they do together on national television. It lands like a threat disguised as banter. Even the famous clip of Diddy patting down Bieber's chest has taken on a sinister new life, with the internet convinced he was checking the boy for a wire. Behind bars at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center, Diddy is finding out that his power has limits, as judges have repeatedly denied his $50 million bond requests, labeling him a flight risk and a danger to the community. His legal team's defense is perhaps the most shocking part of this entire saga. They aren't even denying the freak-offs happened. They are trying to redefine them as highly choreographed sexual performances involving costumes and staged lighting for amateur pornography. They are betting everything on the idea that this was just a consensual lifestyle, but that argument hits a brick wall when you realize there are 120 civil accusers, including 25 who were minors at the time, one allegedly as young as 9 years old. The desperation is palpable, with lawyer Tony Busby claiming celebrities are currently scrubbing their social media accounts and deleting years of history to erase any evidence of their proximity to the flame. Even the dead aren't being left in peace. A fake memoir allegedly by Kim Porter, the mother of Diddy's children, shot to the top of the charts before her own children had to step in and decry it as a tragic spectacle of lies. This hunger for the truth is so intense that people are willing to believe anything, but the real receipts are appearing in the Epstein files, where names like Bard College president Leon Botstein show up over 2,800 times. Botstein claimed he never saw anything and wasn't there for helicopter arrivals, yet the documents and photos tell a completely different story, forcing the college to hire a law firm for an independent review. It's the same cycle every time: a denial, a document that proves the lie, and then a long, drawn-out review designed to let the public's attention fade away. But the survivors are tired of waiting. They've made it clear that if the government won't name the names, they will. Between the missing jail footage, the redacted pages, and the celebrities hiding in plain sight, this story isn't just unfolding, it's about to explode.